is what I call an episode. I'm just going to say my rating right now, 10 out of 10. We have never seen such amazing dragon battles committed to the screen. I was worried there for a second there. It's like it was taking a while to get to. I was like, "Oh shit, are we even gonna get a battle? What's going on here?"
I was a little upset about
that. There was a dude on the ground.
Go.
I was like, "Please don't have skipped the battle," but that was just showing Colton's victories, and we do get this huge payoff that we have been waiting for. Well worth the wait. Wow. Yeah, in my opinion, the greatest depiction of dragon battles ever put to screen. So. This is what we were waiting for, and there should be plenty more of this as we go along. Can this draw audiences back? Let's spread the word. You need to see episode 4, and because there's more of this coming. So, yeah. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a character-based story. I'd say about half of it we're advancing the storylines of various characters. Damon, they've definitely found stuff for Damon to do, even though in the book he's kind of actually in the book he's doing more badass things right now. They've really bogged Damien down in Harrenhal. Is the strategy that the show's implying, and we get various other characters, the aftermath of Alicent learning that she really doesn't have a mandate from her husband, and she's just going to fucking fall into her continued hypocrisy about everything. So the Greens suck. Fuck the Greens.
But they're kicking ass.
But they're kicking ass on the battlefield right now, and though I do think it's a Pyrrhic victory for the Greens because of what Aegon does, and the motherfucker's a dumbass, and
even Aemon's like,
oh my idiot in his language.
For him, though.
Yeah.
So and he plays it extremely strategic, and I love the way the show depicted this. So again, in previous franchises, if you're going to change something when you do a live-action adaptation from the book, you better change it to be better. And this is better than the book. So what this battle normally is it was 2 dragons and Rhaenys versus Rhaenys. And it wasn't sort of like, they did hatch a plan. Colton had the plan, right? But it was more known that the 2 dragons were fighting together alongside each other, Aemond and Aegon versus Rhaenys's Meleys dragon. And I like this so much better where it's like the impetuous fucking Aegon who's just so frustrated that everybody's doing everything without him and he wants to assert his authority, just rides into battle, erroneously without anybody knowing and gets his fucking ass kicked. And I love Rhaenys when she looks and she sees him and she smiles and she's like, I'm going to whoop your ass, boy. And she does. And it's amazing. And so this whole power play that's kind of, shown throughout the dragon battle is amazing. Aemon's play for the throne, play for power. And throughout this whole episode, really, what do you call it? The political intrigue that the Game of Thrones is so known for is very, very well done in this. So like I said, it's done better than the book, this particular battle, and I enjoyed it very, very much. Let's hear from you guys. What did you think of this episode?
Mine's going to be a little bit it's lower than a 10 out of 10. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 for me. I wish, like in the beginning, we could have seen some of the battles with Colton. Then that probably would have been a 10 out of 10. It's like, see that battle, see some more happen, but
some foot soldiers.
Yeah,
I am forgiving a lot. I think it finishes really well. That's where the 10 is coming from.
That's where it really picks up at the end. But like during the beginning, you don't really see the battle. We're still talking about like Damon and the castle. He's just there with the witch. They're trying to give him something to do there, and Aegon just feeling helpless. Alicent kind of same old,
I feel like we're spinning
thing.
wheels with the witch stuff.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't really care unless
this is what's going on.
Exactly. It's like, all right, well, we really got nowhere with Damien. But I love the ending. The fucking ending was amazing. Aemon, don't ever fuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made fun of him.
Previously,
and he's like, okay, well, Like,
I ain't gonna help your ass.
it wasn't collateral damage. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I actually think he intentionally targeted
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right there.
he had a sword out at
for
the very
sure.
end. He was going to stab his ass.
For
if he-
sure. Yeah. That was a great ending. So that's what kind of picked it
Can
up
you
for
say
me.
the
but-
battle's 10 out of 10?
Yes. That was.
The dragon
but
battle is 10 out of
everything
10.
else was
Okay.
dragon for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think they did such a great job with the dragon, showing that they're intelligent creatures, showing that there's bonds. Like, Sunfire's got Aegon's back. They get up to each other. They give each other the headbutt. It's the only thing that gave Aegon any respect in this whole episode. You know, Elise seems like, she's ready to go into battle, and she knows what she's doing. And so even in the moment that was kind of hard to watch, the dragon looks back at the rider, and then the last couple
They
seconds.
know they're dead.
And then, they know. And so it's like, I just think they did a really, really good job with that. Like nitpicking something that's fantastic doesn't feel necessarily right, but I do kind of wish that, like Joe does, that we get to see more of the ground stuff. It would have been really cool. We got to see some of it, like the dragons, doing strafing runs and stuff, but seeing more foot soldiers, even if it's just a previous battle, would have been really awesome. That would have solidified like this as, some of the really big set pieces we've gotten in some of the previous ones. Think about Battle of the Bastards, how many people on horses they had, how many soldiers they had, just the level of scale. It just seems a little bit smaller because we had to do so much CG stuff. Anything at the end, I loved. Anything at the beginning, I agree with Joe
It
that
was
I
like
think,
wavering,
that I mean, if we're going to be kind of inventing new stuff for Damon to do, I wish it was just more impactful stuff that was building up to something else. They could just be going wildly in a different direction than the source material and have him do something different here, but I don't know.
I respect you. I respect you too.
witch.
I respect you too. You're true critics. Stick it to the art form because, to be honest with you, I agree. There's the stuff before the battle.
Yeah.
Half of
But
it's
I was like,
working,
wow,
half
this
of
is
it's
fucking
not.
amazing, but getting there.
And if we're gonna be rating an episode individually, then we got to factor that in.
But I still love this episode. I don't want
Yes.
anyone to think I didn't like. Like this episode's fucking awesome.
Yes.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
But
No, this is the episode that if you want to try to hook some people on, I think you can throw in. They're probably going to not understand some of the witch stuff and some of the Alicent and Lord Larys talking to each other. But other than that, I think it's extremely well done. But I am grading on a curve because I've been waiting so long for these dragon battles.
Yes.
And this is so well executed, better executed than in the book, because everything is coming to play. Like all of the plans that were laid are being executed, and it's not just a battle for the sake of battle. It's not just a dragon battle for the sake of a dragon battle. It all serves a purpose in these character motivations. You understand each character's motivation. You see what I'm saying? Acolyte, and Aemon doesn't, switch. I'm sorry, that series is ruining every other thing for me. It would be as if Aemon, who had this amazing plan laid, just decided, oh no, I don't want any power, and I'm just going to leave the
I'll
battlefield
fight for
for
my
no
brothers.
reason.
Like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna switch. No, I'm gonna fight.
No,
with my
no, I'm
brother.
gonna fight
I'm
for-
fight with you.
Nah, I'm gonna
Make
leave.
up your goddamn mind.
Okay. So this goes to show you that, previous scenes set up character motivations. You understand the decisions. When the decisions are made, you're like, it's satisfying.
Yes.
It feels good instead of a bunch of, character assassination and whimy, blimey stuff. Okay, so let's jump into the various bits that happened in the particular episode. But I think at this point we could just give it a rating. Let's go ahead and give it a rating.
9.5 out of 10. Can I do
No!
that?
No points.
All
No
right,
points.
fine.
We know. Be a man. Do the right
Yeah,
thing.
I'm gonna give it
There's
a-
no wishy-washy.
Go ahead.
Either go 9 or go 10.
All right, I'm going to go with a 9. I think the stuff at the end of this episode is fucking hard 10, some of the coolest stuff that we've ever seen. The problem is I do feel like we're spinning our wheels. If we are going to create new content for Damon, it doesn't feel impactful. As of yet, it could develop into something else. Again, with Larys Strong, I feel like this is supposed to be one of the most dastardly, well-thought men that is so important to this whole Dance of Dragons, and we're making him a fucking weird feet guy. And I don't feel like how clever he is. Doesn't deserve to be on the same stage.
simp!
As any of the other and he's supposed to be on their level. And so that's some of the stuff that I feel is not working as well. But man, the end of this episode is just truly excellent, and I just want to reiterate that. So
yeah, I'm at a 9 as well. Like in the beginning, it's kind of like it was sagging a bit, but this one really fucking ramped it up at the end, and that really, got me to a fucking 9.
Okay.
Fucking loved it.
My critic brain is like, I'm gonna separate it. So you got your battle, last half, first half, and if I'm rating the first half, that is half well. So that we could be in 7, 8 territory, but people would go crazy. But no, I've already given my rating. It's a 10 out of 10. It's graded on a curve. I think we are planting the seeds for Aelin Rivers. What is it? Fucking Miss Rivers. We're planting the witch. We're planting seeds for the witch.
So is Colton.
It's a little cold start there, but hopefully that will ramp up in the future. It just feels like we already planted the seeds for the witch. We don't need an additional seed for the witch. But now they've truly met each other instead of her just showing up. You're gonna die and then walking off. He's like, bitch, what the fuck? Okay, I guess we'll meet later.
Like,
and
their relationship is very important.
Fuck no, I'm not doing it.
It's like blood and shit. Only
He's like, no.
What are you doing? No.
Like, what's going on?
And this man is having some really bad dreams all the fucking time. It's honestly because I think his bed in his room is something made out of the god's wood,
it's haunted.
wormwood or whatever.
She says it's haunted.
Okay, it's haunted. And so, 10 out of 10. This is the reason I've been waiting for House of the Dragon, the Dance of the Dragons. This is an elegant dance. It was an amazing dance. I love the dragons clashing. I love all the character expressions. I loved it. Everybody's characters was, enacting their plans, and it was freaking sweet. Let's see.
Yeah,
what
and I
else?
like that too, because
Consequences.
they said they have to use the dragon sparingly, because look at the chaos that it makes.
It is an absolute nuclear weapon, and I loved it. I watched it twice. The guys are in the battle. They're like frantically, drawing the arrows as the two leaders are talking, and then as the two leaders realize that here comes Vhagar, and like there's just.
You woke up Grandma.
Everybody stops fighting. The archers
There's
stop.
nothing you can
and
do.
They look up, and then the people running towards the castle, and they look up. Like everybody stops the battle momentarily to watch this huge fucking dragon go overhead. It is just amazing.
Even
like,
Colton's in shock afterwards. He's like, oh, fuck.
It's like
he knew. He even knew that Vhagar was there, and he was.
It's like watching the B-52 bomber that was carrying the litter boy, or something like that, and you just see this shit is about to go down, and I'm so close to it, I better run.
Yeah.
And Vhagar, my God, he causes so much collateral damage just because he's so big. And I got to give it to Meleys. Motherfucking dragon put up a good fight, but...
Could have got away.
You needed to... And we did need to talk about that point. I want to get your opinions, but I think it's so bittersweet. I think it's so honorable and so cool. But you can interpret it in multiple ways, and we'll talk about it. So, 10 out of 10. Let's jump into the episode breakdown and talk about all that good shit. Hey, welcome to the episode breakdown. So first off, we start with Damon wandering the castle. Okay, there's another flashback scene. Like, we get it. We already had this. We are repeating it. And only this time does he...
more nugget.
Little more nugget that, he cuts off the head of his knees for the throne, as he always wanted. He wants to be the throne, so they're really pressing this. And then her head is still talking on the ground and scolds him. And it's like, yeah, we get it. I mean, we did that before. And so but now it is a complete visual of him actually doing it. But yeah,
when he was following what I think you're supposed to interpret that it's Aemon, but it's Matt. I don't know if you've noticed, Matt Smith has like the widest stance you've ever seen, and so when this dude's walking through the castle, it's like that's Matt Smith.
So they're drawing parallels between Damon and Aemon, and it makes sense because they are the same person, just on different sides, and they both desire the crown, and one person's probably about to get it. So, anyways, we get some talking as Lord Strong updates Damon. 2 castles have fallen without siege. Colton's forces have now tripled in strength because he's saying, you need to fight for me or I'm going to kill you. And so Damon's trying to raise his own army and get his rival army. So he's like, goes to Lord Paramount. Lord Grover is just so old, he can't even come himself. So he sends his grandson. It's a Tully, and of course all Tullys are stupid in Game of Thrones. They're like, I don't want to do nothing. He's like, yeah, well, like there's a war at your footstep. All of your vassals are fighting. Are you declare, put a pillow over your grandpa's head so that you can get your inheritance. And he's like, no, he raised me. He basically won't do anything while the grandfather's still alive.
Yeah, it was odd. I mean, he always has the looming threat of like, I will just show, and he said it before, I will just show up with the dragon, and it's really hard to say no to someone when a dragon lands there.
That's what he needs to do, at least with this particular people. Yeah. The whole excuse that the guy only wakes up for an hour and takes milk and then falls back asleep. No, you need to tell him, sire, there's a fucking war going on. Who do we, apply to? So I don't really buy it, but what it is it's showing that Damon is bogged down and he's doing the best he can. But that was apparently the plan the whole time from Team Green. So they're getting what they want. So instead, Damon says, fuck this guy. The Tullys, no wonder all this stuff is happening in your area. Summon the Blackwoods here. I need men of action. At first, he gets them wrong, too. Yeah. It's funny that he's like, are the Brackens or Blackwoods? Which ones are the only reason why I know is because Team Blackwoods. Those are the ones that they announced for them. The other guys announced for Team Green, the Bracken. So anyways, then we get Rhaenys, who visits her husband's bastard children. Mm-hmm. And clearly, that's what's going on here.
So they're confirming that it's his kids, not Laener's kids?
Yeah, your mother must have been so beautiful. And I was expecting her to be super fucking pissed. But to just show you how awesome the queen that never was, she thinks that they shouldn't be hidden and that they should be honored, especially because he saved the person's life. And so honor them instead of ignoring them. But she's still pretty pissed off, and you can tell it. And I actually don't like how Lord Corlys is acting towards her. He's like sanctimonious, and I don't know. He's caught, but yet he's still doing his stupid act.
I liked because this is I think Catelyn Stark is one of the worst characters in all of Game of Thrones, and so it's like her shitting on the kid when it's in her mind it's supposed to be her husband's fault. I think this scene was done better where she's like, look, it's not Alan's fault.
Catelyn,
it's like you're the bastard who was screwing around.
Shows you the difference. So we got the tea, the abortion tea.
Yeah.
Is it seed of the poppy? I don't know what it is. It's tea for having abortions because the Queen Mother Alicent is with baby, Colton's baby, because they've been fucking around.
Well, unplanting seeds.
So she wants to unplant it, and this is so poignant because this is what caused the rift in their relationship when they were younger. Motherfucking same thing that was happening with, previously, only it was her friend that was having sex with Colton instead of her having sex with Colton, and then she had to take the abortion tea, and she's like, how could you? Because she was so sanctimonious and so religious and all this, and now she is a complete fucking hypocrite. She's taking it herself. She knows that she doesn't have the mandate, but she has to keep that going on, and just so her world doesn't crumble. And frankly, her world has already crumbled.
Yes.
So, if you wear a Team Green shirt, I will make fun of you. So then we go to the War Council. Bunch of infighting here. Right, Alex? What we got here? What's going on?
Even Jace is pissed off at his mom, and it's just like this is the scene that I wanted, where it's like,
but she doesn't come yet. They're just fighting.
Yeah, Alfred and Jace and everyone are trying to figure out what they need to do. They're like, look, they're marching over to Rook's Rest. It's kind of not an important place, but it's right down. It's something that they feel is easy. Why haven't we heard back from Damon? We've sent ravens. We know he's getting the ravens.
Rhaenys We're not hearing. Is like, everybody calm down.
Yeah.
I'm doing my best in her absence.
Yeah, but she's got no authority to do any of those other things.
Right. Like, who the fuck are you? Nobody but you in charge. Like, I hate this guy. This motherfucker here who always...
Alfred,
he's a fucking asshole. And Rhaenyra is not here. And frankly, we were worried. Are we going to deal with the fact that Rhaenyra... Are they going to do the teleporting thing? They didn't.
They didn't.
She is literally gone for weeks, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where is she? And people are pissed. They're losing confidence in her. And Team Green is doing the smartest thing. In fact, they're attacking the individual territories of people on her council. One guy's like, "Is that my dad? My dad's dead.
Yeah,
Your dad's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh fuck."
Yeah,
and you can see, he's doing the best he can, but to try to, stay on the council instead of run home. But yeah,
you don't want to run home. Everyone there is dead.
You can't run home.
Yeah, you're
stuck.
Yeah, but so Corlys shows up, and then everyone calms down.
Yes, and I don't really know why. I guess because, well, number one, he does have the Navy, so
he's
like the one good thing that they have, but he's also a man, so it's like the authorities walking in there. So
the authorities are derived from the balls.
Yeah. And then we get dead soldier scene. So you see the soldiers with the, emblems on their shields and stuff. And I tried to figure out whose house is who. These are lesser houses. And basically Colton wins. He's kicking ass. And he's basically chopping the head off this lord who's like, this, I can't believe you're doing this. You don't even deserve to wear that cloak. Your time will come. And chops his head off and takes all of his vassals, and they join him. And it's cool because the reason why they show you, you got the kind of a stag, but it's not Baratheon, and then you've got these things, the heralds. The reason why they linger on that shot is because later on in the actual battle, you see the troops that they send in first to attack are those guys. So it's like, yeah, send in the chaff that we just recruited, and very smart, So Colton knows what he's doing there. He might be a bit impetuous and strong-headed, but he's getting stuff done. So then we get so after we get that, we go to the War Council for Team Green, which is going better despite Aegon. In fact, he says, "Fuck you!" And I'm like, I don't think they use that language back then.
Fuck
you guys, something like that. Fuck you guys, go get the castle, the Harrenhal. That's what I want. And they're like, yeah, but it's useful to occupy Damon. It's sapping him of his resolve. It's a broken castle.
Guys, like it's more decrepit than I am. There's no point in getting that castle. Let him.
He's like, but why aren't you upset? It's your
castle.
It's a distraction. I get all the gold from it. So and they're too broke, so I don't really care. He does care. You can kind of see that he does care, but it's like he later on says to Alicent in a scene that's pointless. I'm making a sacrifice for the kingdom for it. So and so while he's screaming that he wants Harrenhal, Aemon speaks up and it's like, no, we're gonna do here.
You cut them off.
Check this out. Look what I made. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's better.
And he's like, no, this is bullshit. And then so he talks to him in the old language, Valerian maybe, and just the old language that they used to speak before they immigrated to this particular island. And you could tell that it is such a power play. It's like they're going to talk in the language so that maybe the others can't understand and he can, scold them some more. But even in that context, when he forces him to speak in the old language, he shows his deficiencies because Aegon never really learned how. So he's like speaking like a baby. Can I please make war, please?
It makes me think that, so when he was that bad with the language, it's like, did he understand anything that his brother just said? Like, if that's the extent that you
maybe he didn't. Maybe he's just sitting there. Can I make more, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just shows him so. I loved it.
Great scene.
Humbled in the presence of everyone. Aemon making that play, and you can tell who wears the pants right now.
Well, Aemon doesn't wear the pants. He's famously.
Yeah. Had his cock out, rocking out with his cock out. Yeah.
Hanging out with his wing.
So he makes a play, and then everybody sees this, and they know where the true power is. They know who they need to listen to during battle. Don't listen to Aegon. Aegon gets pissed off. And then we go to Lord Larys, who visits Alicent. She wasn't at the council. Normally,
now
she
he
has a
knows.
position
He's
in the
like,
council.
Yeah,
Interesting tea.
She left her plan T on the fucking table, and apparently he's a a sommelier of abortion drugs, and he's like, oh, I know. It's like,
I know
okay.
exactly what that is. No, you don't.
Yeah.
But he's like, I think it is sin not to indulge in things because he wants to be the one that can indulge with her next because he's such a gross guy, whatever.
Show me them feet.
And basically, this scene is just wrapping up what Alicent has learned, where she learned the truth, and it's very symbolic. And this scene is well done, even though I don't particularly like it. The way it's shot and the, what would you call it, allegory. He's holding a book at one point, and then towards the end of the scene, after she basically says, it doesn't matter what my late husband wants, he's dead. He shuts the book. Get it? The book is closed on this whole, whether you really have the mandate or not, doesn't matter. The book is closed. So that kind of wraps that storyline up, and now we're probably just going to get an unhinged Alicent at this point who, is going to spiral out of control because she doesn't have anything. She doesn't have the right, the mandate.
Nope. She gets mad egg on.
And now she's just, fully indulging in hypocrisy. Okay, what else? Let's see. So, amen, Lord. Okay, Damon wanders the castle again. Runs into the rivers. The witch calls her a bastard, and it's kind of cool because you know how in Game of Thrones, if you're a bastard and you're a bastard in the north, you're a Snow. And apparently, if you're a bastard in the Riverlands, your last name is Rivers. So she's a bastard. And, yeah, this sets up something. We don't know what it is.
She's important later, but not
something will come of their relationship later. But, yeah, she's mysterious, and he's intrigued, and got it. So, Blackwood, now the next scene, he's talking with his council in Harrenhal, and Blackwood is there. This was the little boy. It doesn't look like the little boy, but what he would grow up into. The little boy in season 1 that challenged for young Rhaenyra's heart and stuff. And he's like, okay, I'll lend my army once the Brackens have been brought to justice. Even though, so they're just constantly mad at the Brackens, even though they just had this war. So Damon's like, okay. But all during this, he sees his previous wife, so he's like super distracted.
He took drugs and time traveled. It's like that's what happens.
And more Aegon having to command the kingdom here. And they're telling him, look, Vhagar is eating all the fucking livestock. It's hard to keep up with the dragon this big. We're struggling to keep up. And he's just like, you bore me. Because he realizes that they're talking without him. And they don't respect him. And so he gets up and leaves. And then notice how they keep talking like nothing happened.
Changed.
So he knows they don't care, nor do they listen to him anyway. So what does it matter? He goes to his room. His wife, his mom is in his room. And he's like, what the hell are you doing here? And she's like, I need books, because she's looking up all this stuff that, Rhaenyra just told her. Oh, no, I'm doing it again. That's a combination of Rhaenyra and Daenerys from Game of Thrones. I'm trying to get better about, fuck it. I will never get better about name pronunciation. It's my thing, and I like it to be my thing.
Yeah, in the last video, you called him Joseph Gordon Love Hewitt. And that was very...
Joseph Gordon Love Hewitt.
Yeah, you're combining a lot of different people. It's just like, you just
I'm just going to go.
Fuck it.
That's why I shortened it to Joe. That's what I understand. All right, so Alicent explains why they earned their positions. You think just because you wear the crown,
you're wise,
you're super
what are you gonna
intelligent?
say, huh? You got shit
You don't
to
know
say.
shit. And she fucked up, because if she didn't say this, then he wouldn't have got knock over.
He was acting like a little cat, and he's like,
yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and fight. And I'm gonna show everyone.
But this is when the time travel does happen, where Westeros becomes this big, because he gets up on Sunfire and then immediately shows up right next to Dragonstone.
Shut up, Alex.
So,
but it's a great battle.
Dragons can move very quickly, so I'll forgive it if it's a dragon travel. If it's traveling via foot, carriage, ship, no. And plus, maybe the battle, was going to take a few days anyway. So Rhaenyra's back. Where have you been? Where the hell you been? And she's like, and then she tells him.
It's like, you're an
That's even
idiot.
stupider. I was like, keep that to
You're
yourself.
an idiot. You could have been
And then her
captured
son's
and
like,
killed.
you're an idiot. You could have been captured or killed. And I hate this. And they're really showing Rhaenyra as just, frankly, as incompetent. And I don't know if this is the show's intention. Maybe it is the show's intention that her bleeding heart is making her incompetent. I'm losing respect for her. Council's losing respect for her. Everybody's losing respect for her. Use the fucking dragons. And then finally, when she decides to use the dragon, she only commits one dragon. And it's like, nah, man, it's time. But we commit one dragon. And Jace is like, put me in, coach. And she's like, no, not my son. I'll go in. And he's like, no. Coach, stop being a fucking dumbass. The coach never goes on the field because then we lose everything.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, the queen that never was steps up because she's a fucking badass. And she's like, I'll go. I am your biggest dragon. And so we'll do it. And I knew what was coming because I'd known what's happening here, but it would have been so cool because I know they're fans of this particular character and they have no idea what's happening. So I wonder the emotions they went through, not even knowing. So
this scene is another scene that, so you mentioned like when you change stuff, you want to do it better. And I think for a lot of things they did. Anything with Rhaenyra in this season, well, not anything, but a lot of things with Rhaenyra, they're changing, and I don't think they're doing it better.
Rhaenyra is not
I don't think
coming over well with me here.
Yeah, and so like this scene is another one of those scenes where it's like, this is manufactured by the show. What the fuck are you doing?
And you have to understand, in the book, she's far more aggressive. She's far more ruthless. And she's, doing things. She does kind of fuck up a little bit here at the beginning, but not to this degree. This is just incompetence and yeah.
They wanted a scene with them praying at an altar that makes no goddamn sense. And
well, now she's like, okay, we have to go to war, so maybe she'll change.
Now we're hoping she changed, but her first action
like, is
a mistake.
He's like, fucking...
well, not a mistake, but it was a trap set by Colton, and thus is war. Sometimes you get fucked. Yeah. And she's about to get fucked. So
she's like, you can't go, Jace. I got to tell you a story. I was like, please tell us.
Please.
Oh, I hated that.
I knew, and I thought of Alex, and I thought of myself, too, because I fucking hate it when they bring up the prince was promised. Shut up! It means nothing to this story. Stop referencing Game of Thrones. Stop trying to tie them in the actual book. There is none of these references. It doesn't matter. The fucking blade, shut up. And it's really just a setup so that we can get the nice shots of them embracing their dragons and smiling. We're going into battle once more, my old friend. And then, the king is even having fun with Sunfire, though he's a bit drunk as he rides into battle. Not like that would have affected him anyway. He would have still got his ass kicked, even if he wasn't drunk. So then we get the Battle of Rook's Rest, which is one of the big battles, big momentous thing in the Dance of Dragons. Basically, Colton commits the troops he just recruited to attack this castle, and man, it is just so cool when Melees blows fire and just kills scores of troops. I just love this shot. The way the fire bellows, the glowing, it's masterful. It's so well done, and she's doing her rounds, and then Aemond, Colton's like, fire out the signal arrows. So then I was like, how does he see that? I don't even see that. The two burning arrows, I wouldn't have seen them. Anyways, they did, and he's all camouflaged, and that's cool as shit.
Yeah, I was
Dragon
like, what's going
suit?
on? It's like, holy shit. You just see it kind of moving up and down. It's like, oh,
what is that?
oh God.
But then he looks up. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, he sees Melees. But that's not Melees, that's Sunfire. And he's like, idiot. And then he decides,
fuck it. Yeah.
I'll let you do a little bit,
You gonna embarrass me in front of my my lady friend?
I'm gonna get you your comeuppance.
I'm gonna get you back, Peach.
Get you, bitch. And he says, no, wait. And so strategic. Now, if something happens to him, then he can take over. So Colton sees this. Oh, and his rival's like, this is your fucking plan? You're committing the king to the fight, you dumbass?
I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen between those two because they're already
they've been rivals.
Yeah, they've been fighting all the time. And he's like, "Oh, we gotta go over here." He's like, "No, we have another plan." He's like, "That's not the plan," and he gets all mad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's like, "Let's march in daylight," and he's like, "Bro, they're right across the street. We could at any moment get attacked by a dragon." He's like, no, we're doing it. It'll surprise him. It's like, all right. So, and you can hear in the background later on, storm the castle. And like everybody's following him. They're like, yeah. And they're like cheering for that guy instead of this guy. He's taking the glory while Colton's looking for Aemon later on. But anyway, so Sunfire's coming overhead. He's like, nah, fuck you. And so when Sunfire shows up, he sees, oh, fuck, the king is here. And so he tries to rally the troops. He gives a great speech. The king is here. And it's like, he thinks he's the good guy giving battle speeches. He's the bad guy, idiot.
Yes.
And I love Rhaenys' smile when she turns and she sees, and she's like,
you done fucked up.
She sees it's Aegon.
He's a kid on a tiny dragon. I mean, it's a beautiful dragon, but it's a tiny dragon. Like, you are going to die.
I'm about to whoop your ass. And she does, and these two dragons clash, and I love it. I love it, and it's awesome. And so immediately it melees claws at Sunfire's belly, and whoa, it rips him open, and you get steam, and you get boiling blood, which pours on the troops down below. This is immaculate. And it looks like Sunfire is going to fall. Oh, he also bites his wing. And it looks like he's about to fall, but he recovers last minute, pours the boiling blood over everybody. And I love it. And then that's when everyone stops fighting, because it's like they should put some more rumbling in or something and more sound design, because they watch Vhagar come up over the trees and flying low and over them. Everybody stops fighting. It's like a fucking insane. So cool.
Old hoary bitch.
And Aegon is happy because in the distance the two dragons are fighting. He's clearly losing. Aegon looks over. Hey, I'm saved. Thank the gods. Dude, that. Oh shit. Dracarys. And it's like, no. And then he fucking gets hit by full fire from Vhagar, and it burns the fuck out of Sunfire's wing, toasts Aegon, and he is just falling out of the sky.
He's got plot armor.
Boom.
But he should be dead.
Sunfire is a badass dragon, and maybe at the last moment it moved so that, you know, it can cushion some of the blow for Aemon. But so, just so you know, I'll wait. So then, anyways, Aegon is happy, thinks he's saved, but it appears Aemon aims for him. What do you guys think?
Oh, for sure. 100%. Because there's no, like...
Because, right.
he's already calling him an idiot. He was already embarrassed.
Melee's really
He doesn't show him
get,
any respect during
hit.
the tables. He's like, all right, fuck you.
It was confirmed. Like, one of the last scenes is absolutely confirms that he aims with him when he's got his sword unsheathed.
Yeah,
and he's
what are you doing?
And he's like, oh, nothing.
I was going to cut him out of his mount.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
And the way he doesn't even fucking care. He's like, where is Aegon? There. Walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Rhaenys steals herself and turns to attack Vhagar. What do you think of this scene? Why do you think she did that? So you got some options here. We can run. Do you think it's she knows she can't run? Honestly, I feel like she can outrun Vhagar.
She's got the fastest dragon. No, but canonically, she's got the fastest dragon in all of Westeros. She can easily outpace Vhagar.
Is he the fastest? Okay,
yes.
I didn't know that. Yeah, okay. She can outrun him. Why do you think, Joe?
I don't know why.
Give it some thought.
I think it was, I don't know. I just think it was dumb as shit came back with more dragons because, like, that's a waste of a fucking dragon.
That's what you want to happen.
That's what I wanted to happen.
I have several explanations. Number one, go ahead, Alex.
So in the book, both dragons ambush her immediately, and it says she doesn't try to flee. And so it's almost presented in a way where, like, she doesn't really have the opportunity to flee because she gets ambushed by two immediately.
Yes.
The problem is they show it in a way
that she has
to give her big moment, and it's like, oh, cool. And then you watch it, and you're like, that's awesome. And you think about it for a second. It's like, you've got the fastest fucking dragon. All of your dragons are literally across the street. The king is on the ground you think is dead because he's got like a 1% chance for survival. Go get backup and you win the war today. You have killed the king not 3 seconds ago. Get the fuck out. You've done everything that you need to do. But I felt like they wanted to give her big moment because, yes, the battle's for Rook's Rest, but the war is not for Rook's Rest. No one actually gives a shit about Rook's Rest. So they wanted to do a cool thing to give her big moment, but it makes things a little less...
I like it, and I like it because it's like, okay, if I fucking retreat now, I'm deserting our allies. She's an honorable one, so you can kind of take this as Sean Bean moment. She's trying to do the right thing. She's an honorable warrior. Number one, she's not going to retreat from battle because she knows if she leaves, that guy's fucked and their forces are fucked, and that word is going to spread to all of the other houses that, you know, it's like, oh, they'll just leave you and you'll die at the moment's notice. And they're trying to rally troops to her side. So she knows she can't leave. She knows she can't win. And in this moment, I think it's even more brave what she does. She's like, I think she steals herself. They don't spell it out for you, but I think she goes, okay, I'm going to wound Vhagar. If I'm going down, I'm going to wound Vhagar so that the next time we attack Vhagar, there's a chance. And she makes that split-second decision based upon who she is. It makes sense, fitting with her character. And she decides to turn and face Vhagar, even though she knows that she's not going to make it out of this, probably.
Dragons are very crucial. We need them for war.
Yeah, and her and her dragon Meleys look at each other, and you can tell they know they're fucked, but they have to do something. And if you look very closely, she does wound Vhagar.
Yes.
Fucking Meleys takes its claws and does something very similar to what she did to Sunfire and wounds him across the chest. But oh, I love this scene where like they're coming at each other and it's like two fucking intercontinental ballistic missiles about to slam into each other, and all the troops are just watching this. We're done. We're not fighting right now. Hey, y'all, you cool? Yeah, we're cool. Let's watch this. And these two, boom! And Vhagar's so big, he just fucking grabs the other dragon, fucking whips him around and goes, blows fire right at him. But you could see later on, Meleys recovers and blows his own fire, and so we're blowing fire at each other in this fucking Dragon Ball Z. Awesome. So awesome. And they fucking are falling as they're doing that. And luckily, Meleys is the more agile one, and so is able to shake off right at the last minute. Vhagar's too big and heavy, slams into the ground, takes out a bunch of troops, and then, in fact, later on, when he gets up to retake flight, he's just crushing everybody, and it's really cool slow-mo of these motherfuckers.
It looked like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, oh, shit, I knocked out my my headset, as I was running here. Yeah, so Jurassic Park, man, this 10 out of 10
Great
shit right here. And so it gets back up into the air, and she's like, fuck. You know, she's surveying the damage. She's like, okay, this is a Pyrrhic victory. Even if they win, you know, what are we going to do? So
I was just like, how the fuck did you lose him?
Yeah. How the fuck you lose a dragon like that? But he does the very same thing she did to Sunfire, because she, remember when she came back around to attack Vhagar, she went low and jumped up over the castle and got an attack in. And so that's what Vhagar does. It's like Aemon, whether it's Aemon piloting, we could attribute this to his cleverness in battle. It's like, okay, I'm going to use your tactics against you. And she comes up over the castle, boom, he grabs her, almost reminding you of the poor little kid that got bitten previously in one fell swoop by Vhagar.
That's the Vhagar signature move. Hide behind something, come up.
I forget what that kid's name was.
Lucerys.
One of her sons. Lucerys, yeah. Luke dies. And, so he grabs the neck and he's just chomping down. And you can see the life draining from Meleys' eyes. And it's this moment where it's just perfectly filmed, and she just lets go because she knows it's over.
Yep.
And then she's doing this, and it's wild because her namesake, Rhaenys, Aegon the Conqueror had two sister wives, and one of them was Rhaenys, and she dies in this very same way. And so it's like just giving in to fate, and she falls on the castle and destroys the walls, which allows a breach to happen, and it was crazy, man. So an awesome warrior, awesome dragon are both taken out. Yeah. But same thing on the other side. Aegon, the king, is
in critical condition.
I was going to spoil it. He's not dead.
Yeah.
He's going to.
Yeah, figured
he is
as
hurt,
much.
but he is pretty much taken out.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't rule the way that he ruled once before. So both sides, get something from this. So Master of Whispers, which actually, honestly, probably helps Team Green more than anything, because now Aemond is going to take over, and this motherfucker is way more ruthless.
Get you done. You listen to him.
Mm-hmm. So Dragonfly, like we'd never seen before. Cole actually had a clever plan. It's like,
Yeah.
we're gonna get one dragon over here, and then we're gonna ambush with Vhagar. But you would think that Team Black would know that Vhagar at any moment can show up. So why don't I bring more than one dragon? Rhaenyra doesn't want to commit it because she doesn't want to commit her son. She doesn't want to commit her family. She'll commit herself.
Because she has to tell him
So in
about
an alternate
the Song of
universe,
Fire and Ice.
So an alternate universe, Rhaenyra and Rhaenys, Renee, I can never get these. I have dyslexia, all right? So a lot of people are, wondering. I do have dyslexia. So it's hard for me to pronounce some of these names. And, especially when the vowels and letters are in this combination, it's difficult. And it's embarrassing. So if those two wrote out together, the Queen and the Queen that never was, in an alternate universe, do you think they could have won?
Yes.
Yeah. I think both those dragons versus they would have took care of Aegon real quick because he's an idiot.
Yeah,
he doesn't
for
know how to ride his dragon. He's not a he's not a
And
warrior.
Vhagar is like, he's big and brutal.
2v1,
the other
yeah.
ones are more agile.
And I also think that it would have been if Damon showed up and helped the Queen that never was, they probably would have won
easily.
too. But one of them going to die. I think Vhagar's going to take out at least one of them.
See, I was thinking maybe the dragon was like, they could have like just made the dragon like injured that couldn't fly away. He's like, all right, well, this is our last stand. They could have filmed it that way.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what. Because Sunfire's still there. Sunfire just has a broken wing. I mean, there's some gashes and stuff, but like, there's still going to be the problem with Sunfire sitting there for a long time.
The problem?
Yeah, I
What
mean,
were you talking about? I didn't understand.
he was talking about like leaving the dragon there, like for the last stand, and I was like, they kind of do, but with a different dragon, because Sunfire is alive.
Oh yeah. So Sunfire is
They're
no
both,
longer going to be in the war. He's really, he can't even fly anymore. He's probably just going to be in this area eating up, livestock and stuff, and nobody can really fuck with him. But they have to leave him alone. All right. So yeah, and then Cole wakes up. So he wakes up, and then he's like, we got to go get the king. And he touches this dude who turns into motherfucking ash. So cool. Really cool shot. And you can hear in the distance, we breached the castle, follow me.
Into the breach.
Yeah, and everybody's like, hooray.
Well, they also set up something that we kind of glossed over real quick, where the White Worm is super pissed off at Rhaenyra. Because the second she announced
She is?
Oh yeah, she
What'd she say?
She said nothing, but as soon as she commits a dragon, she's like standing up there looking down, because this is you've okayed the thermonuclear option, and but they're setting something up.
I need them dragons. Yeah, it's like the people are going to be unhappy because you've unleashed thermonuclear war. Got it. And then so Cole goes to save the incompetent king. Aemon's already there. He's got his sword out. He sheathes his sword as he yells at him, and he's like, "Where is he?" And he's like, points with the dagger of the prince that was promised. And yeah,
he's like, we just got to put him out of his misery.
Yeah, he grabs the dagger, so he takes the dagger, which it was heirloom from the father. So he's in charge now, basically. And Cole is horrified to see the state that the king is in. Big finish. Yep.
He looks like Anakin. All burnt up.
Yeah.
Probably.
Extra crispy.
I hate you.
Such a cool power play.
I hate you.
Love this episode. This was great. And preview for the next episode looks cool too. It is going to be an Aftermath episode, but I think it's going to be a well done Aftermath episode. What do we got left? So how many episodes we got left? So this was 4.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 more. So I think at least one more good battle. So
I want one more good battle,
Just
and then
one more
like
good battle.
sprinkle some small ones.
small ones, no.
Sprinkle some small
HBO budget. I mean, this isn't the Acolyte, okay? So that's 180
Where
million.
the fuck did that money go?
I don't know. This way, you can see the money here. I can't see the money in the Acolyte.
They have dragons here.
I wouldn't expect multiple small battles. It feels like with the book brushes over it. They're going to definitely brush over it and only do important little bits and just do the dragon battles is what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean,
so hopefully something with Jace, because Jace is getting pissed. He can't just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know about Jace. I actually do think that there's a chance that we could get a small battle with Damon, a brand new thing where he just goes to roast people on behalf of the Blackwoods.
Yeah,
because that's
cool.
got to go somewhere. And I mean, that's not in the book, but that would be cool to see him just torch those people and get a new army.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shall see. But this is running on all cylinders now. It took a little while, the season, a little misfiring, and now we're going. And I can't wait to see how this thing ends and how it wraps up.
See where the witch pays off.
See where,
or the barn owl.
If that pays
She's an
off.
owl.
Not this season.
You don't think this season?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
No, that's got to be like towards the very, very end of the series.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like Scarlet Witch and is going to help everyone.
No, I don't think she's that powerful.
She just has like berries and stuff.
No, this is turning into a war of dragons. And if you're not a dragon wider, sit down and shut up, okay? And more dragons are on the way. So that's probably what's coming. So we'll probably get the rallying of more dragons to the cause. And
more scorpions.
Whether we'll get more dragon battles in this season or if they save it for season 3, I'm not really sure. But there's a reason why they're setting up all these other side characters. Oh, the bastard son. Oh, the guy with white hair who says that he's actually an heir to the king. There's a reason why they're going to become dragon riders.
The weapon makers is like, you haven't paid us, so what do we do now?
And the blacksmith.
Yeah, it's like, well.
And you hear there's rumblings. They didn't address it, but they're setting it up for the next 4 episodes that it's like, hey, we can't pay you like we promised. Say what?
These scorpions don't work. Like we promised.
Fuck!
Yeah.
You dumb fucks.
That's what you get for not paying us.
That's what happens. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see you on the next AngryJoe show. Bye, guys.